Hello, chat. You've probably already seen my super good reason for why I'm live. Twitch, integrated towing system. Belton. We have the dog here with me today. Belton, come here. Come here. Come. Come here. Hey. He's sniffing around. Come here. Want to skip? Come on. Come here. Come. Cut us? Come here. Come here. He really wouldn't move over to me because there was a cord in his way. Bolton. Bolton. Hey. Come here. He's staring at the wall. Bolton. 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 Hey. Hey. Look at me. Look at me. Come here. Good boy. Back wet. Why is your back wet? Why is your back wet? What the fuck? He has a wet back for some reason. Come here. You wanna go outside? Come here. You wanna go outside? You wanna go outside? He wants to go outside. Give me a sec. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. So modding today is not going to be as difficult as normal. It's going to be a pretty average modding session. I've been trying to get maps to work, and I managed to get one of the things working. Safety wants to show. Okay, so I did test lighting to make sure it worked because all the trees were red. I have fixed this issue. All the trees are green, and I've set up a temporary skybox with the sun over there. I might need to change the color and also reduce some of the reflection on these rocks. But we have this area. If I go into player mode, actually, let me set up a player starting point. Do a quick map reset. And I'll set up a player starting point because currently the player starting point is out of bounds. We'll start the player here. And from what I can tell, you can walk through the entire map with no errors. Go through the entire thing error-free. Walk from here. You've got all the foliage. I do need to figure out why this is happening. Why it looks like there's a why it looks like it's breathing. Pretty sure it's supposed to be stationary. Water does not seem to be having a good time. Let me plug my controller in so I can run through on controller instead. But this is going to be a single player mission. This is going to be a mission. I'm just going to edit the entire thing to make it look more Halo-like. I'm going to give it Forerunner structures. I might try to set up some instance geometry out of Forge models or out of Forge blocks. Hang on. I might use Forge blocks to set up some instance geometry so we can have some Halo Reach styled Forerunner structures. It is very dark in here for now. It might change when I adjust the sun lighting and stuff. But for now, like, we have a bright area over here and stuff. It'll look better as time goes on. I do need to maybe change the rock's shininess. It is very dark. I'm not sure if that's going to change when I up the lighting samples or if that's just something that's happened. But if we run all the way out here, we have a much more open area. This is just the first mission of Halo 3, but in Reach. And I've removed all the human-like structures. So there's no concrete stuff, no concrete barrels or anything. No concrete pipes or anything, no structures. It's a lot easier to see when it's in full screen. Let me just... Yeah. As you can see, it's a lot easier to see in the dark in full screen. God, that looks baked. A lot easier to see everything. I think it's just the smaller screen. I'm thinking of having a grunt squad led by either brutes or elites here. This won't be the first mission. I think I'll make this the second one. But we've got a nice little vista of the Halo ring, which I might play like the Halo theme when you, like the little chant when you get to this area here and look out. Did that just disappear? Ew. A little bit of a problem with the shaders, but it's fine. I didn't do any lighting beyond this point, so it's all just going to be pre-lit. So you just go through here. Go through here, you come out to this area. You know, cool stuff. And I'm pretty sure there's one extra thing past this point, but then that's it. There won't be any other areas you can walk to. I want to do one more section and then end it there. This is going to be a shorter mission. Like, obviously you could just sprint through it speedrun style, but I might make some areas where you have to kill enemies before you can progress. Just to, you know, pad out the runtime just a little bit more. I'm thinking of making the final area a defend section. You can, like, keep going through here. I don't know what's going on with this stuff. Apparently this was always in Halo 3. I can just block it with a rock. And this is where the map ends. As you can see, there is now just an eternal void with no way to get past. I'll have to add the next section to that so that we can continue. But that's what it currently looks like. It's 4 BSPs currently. There's currently 4 BSPs instead of just the one that I've normally been doing. I normally just mess with multiplayer maps and convert them into campaign missions. I might see what I can do, but for now, this is what we've got. even though it's a map that takes place on Earth, I think it makes a good Halo location. I like jungles. I like jungles in Halo, but I really want to do a snowy mission, and I don't want the one snowy mission to be the final mission. So we're gonna see what I can do with that. Back to Blender. Back to Blender. I do need to add the extra BSP here. Problem is, I have to manually set up each of these trees to be a specific type. Have a specific thing, otherwise they render as red. A different thing that I also have to do is I have to convert all of these into instance geometry, because they are currently instance markers, which does not work with the thing. Instance markers do work in Halo Reach. However, we have the issue of these models not existing in Halo Reach. So I have to go through all of the markers and demarker them. So I have to like set them up as geometry. Let's hide. While I'm doing this, I'm going to hide the other BSPs. Hide. Okay. So we can work on one BSP at a time instead of messing with every single BSP at once. Didn't realize there was a light here. Interesting. So what I'm going to do is I select everything in this. Right? I go here. I do Control A, and then we make instances real. So now every single object is now its own object instead of being a marker, which we don't need markers. We can't do anything with them as we don't have the thing. So I go through and I delete all the markers because the markers aren't needed anymore. It's the old marker shape. This probably isn't the most efficient way to doing it, and actual modders are banging their head as I do this, but this is how I'm going to do it. Oh, I deleted hierarchy. I'm going to just go back and delete it normally. It still slows down. You're going to see very clearly what I mean by we have the issue. So we have all these plants in this mesh section. There's a lot. Basically, I need to set up all these trees to be per vertex instead of per pixel. Otherwise, they get exported as... otherwise, they get exported and the trees will render red. I don't have to do it with the rocks, thankfully. This Forerunner thing can go because we're replacing it with a Halo escape pod. Water. Yeah, this water doesn't have a shader on it, so I'm going to link the shader. I'm thinking of how I want to do Forerunner structures a bit more, but I think I can get it handled. Solo, jungle, shaders, water, and then we go chief crater. And so now if I export this geometry, if I export this part, it will it'll export all the trees with it. Now, I have already fixed the shaders for it, so I'm not going to have to worry about that, I don't think, except for chief crater water. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix the water for the crater. Yeah, it's going to take time to do all this, but it should be fine. I'd like to thank all the people, by the way, that checked out my friend Moon the other day. They actually just revealed their latest model the other day, and they seem super happy with it, and I'm happy for them. Okay. See, now we should have trees in this area. Yep, here we go. Now we have a bunch of trees and foliage. I will have to add some myself. I think these are supposed to be reactive. I also have Halo 3's version open as well. They do move. They just move very slowly in comparison. Let me check real quick. Okay, no. Some of these aren't supposed to move, and others are. Not quite sure why they went with the process instead of just making them all the same. Probably just save up on space and stuff. Yeah, it's probably to save up on space. Some aren't. Oh my god, do they all light like that? I thought that was just a Halo Reach thing. Besides the point. Ooh, what did I just place down? Is that a player starting point? That is a player starting point. Yuck. Oh, it created a new one, didn't it? Okay, disco water. I'm going to quickly fix the disco water before it hurts people's eyes. Water. Chief Crater. Copy. Sorry about that. Brother just walked in. I'm just going to quickly fix the disco water. How you doing, Nex? Run tool. Awesome. What does that look like? Oh, so bright. We either get bright water or we get disco water. That's besides the point. We'll fix it. We'll fix it up later. So we do need to fix up all of the trees before they glow red. In case you haven't noticed, Nex, I have put in the reasoning for why I am live. Just in case you wanted to know. Now, this is what I meant by it was annoying. Just playing some Alan Wake. Hell yeah. Never played it. Sure, it's good. And yes, I saw. Then you will understand. You understand, Nex. Oh my god, there's so much foliage. Plant bush. Okay, bush. Ah, fuck. I still need to change everything because they all need to be all the pathfinding policy needs to be none. I'm gonna see if someone responded because I asked if you could change them in bulk. Oh my god, you can. You gotta hold Alt apparently. Wait, we don't need rocks. Plant palm. small tree, tree medium, tree large, shift. We click Alt per vertex, and that changes it for all. Oh my god, the person who told me this is fucking legend. We stan. We stan the Grim Swizzler. I wasn't expecting that name. Tree Alt vertex, and then we do this. None. Then we have to go back to the bushes and make it so that they have pervert. Vertex. Awesome. Now we do this to make sure that we don't have to make sure that enemies can walk straight through the things. So that's fine. There's actual trees. Plant. Okay. Awesome. So we can export that and then we can light this area to see if the lighting works. That's Halo 3. I need Halo Reach. I also will have to go back and make it so that all foliage is walk-throughable in the other area so that NPCs don't get stuck trying to walk through them, because that would be bad. Bad. I also kind of want to see if I can get creatures implemented. Oh, poop is having problem. Okay. Did we get it working? Yes, we did. All those plant life. Let me show you guys. Keep forgetting that I have to change it all the time. Select player simulation all times. Look at that. We have all that plant life. Next, what I have to do is set it up so that I have some foliage that the player can interact with. Wait a minute, this isn't spiky. Why isn't this one spiky? This one's so normal. This is a sham. Although it does get a bit messed up when you walk through it. But yeah, look at this. It looks perfect. Even got these vines here. Oh, here, chat, this is where I'm going to have press space to jump. You're going to go through the entire first mission without needing to jump, and then I'm going to put it here where you have to press space to jump. All right, now let me light up this section with direct lighting to make sure that it all works. The only reason why I'm breaking my own rule of not doing lighting first is because if I didn't set it up correctly, everything's going to be red. Direct illumination. I think what's good about me working with direct illumination is that I don't have to worry about light bouncing. At least when it comes to building it for testing purposes. When I need to start doing actual lighting, that will be done off stream, because I'm not going to sit here and make you guys watch me light map a section of my map just to see if it looks good and then immediately can it because it doesn't look good. It's for the final gather. Task succeeded. Okay. That's not what succeeding means when you add more. Okay, how dare you say it succeeded and then continue onward? Okay. Now it succeeded. Oh my god, I'm completely bright. And we're back to normal. Yeah, here we go. Oh my gosh, I can't tell if that's... Okay, that's the trees. Jesus. It's gonna look a lot better with better quality light mapping, but for now this is good. Because the sun is over there. The light should be here. Why is it over here? Like a bit too much to the left. It might just be direct light mapping being not as accurate. Why are you red? On the bright side, it looks okay from the outside. I do think I need to change the color of the lighting because it's kind of like an unsaturated white. I might change that to something else. I don't know. We can figure that out. On the bright side, with the lighting, you are not getting flashbanged by the water. The water does not flashbang you as long as there's good lighting around. Or as long as there's lighting around. I gotta fix that. This is what I was talking about. I have now weeded out 2 little bushes that have decided to be hashtag red. They're part of the hashtag red gang. Now I have to figure out where the fuck they are in Blender. Oh, it's an upside down tree. It's not 2 bushes. It's an upside down tree. I didn't even notice that it was connected to a tree. I think that's all of them. Oh, there's a leaky connection over here. My first error. Ah, that should be fine. I don't think leaky connections really cause any problems because I've had a lot of I've seen a lot of developer made maps with leaky connections that don't cause errors or that don't stop you from like doing pathfinding. Open edges are a problem because they can cause pathfinding errors. And with an open edge, just even one open edge anywhere on the map, AI can just refuse to walk around because they find an open edge and they won't pathfind. Who's seen my funny little Chibidoki flood thing? It was a thing that I made a long time ago. I only really showed 2 little bits of it. Oop, we have a crash. What had crashed? What crashed? Oh, something else crashed. No, that's an okay crash. That's something we don't really need to worry about. I saw. There's a funny little thing that I did. All right. Now I have to relight this area again. What is the leaky connection on? Oh, it's on this branch. Oh, it's an instance object. It doesn't matter. Did we lose the water? No, we did not lose the water. We still have our blinding water. Let me relight this area up to make sure that everything's fine. It should be fine, but it's just like a just in case. Actually, before I do that, I want to go back. Any meshes that I need to worry about? Yes, there's a lot of plants. No, they're fine. The plants in this are fine. They've already got their thing set up. Okay, I want to go back to BSP 10 and fix up anything that I haven't already set up. I had to do all these manually before the guy told me how to do the thing. Yeah, here. Plant broadleaf. Okay, there we go. Trees. Joey palms. Oh, there's not a lot of Joey palms. Okay, we're good. Now they won't fuck with that part. Back to this BSP. I think I've done everything I need to do here. I just need to relight it. We can do that later. I do want to add another BSP. Let's make sure all BSPs are visible when I do this. Save real quick. Where is... I have exported all the Halo 3 stuff. Where I need to go is to grab a later one. We have up to BSP 25. I should probably reorder this. Yeah. We have up to BSP 25. Oh, in case you want to see, I have a new wallpaper. I don't know which monitor I'm looking at. I think it's this one. Yeah, okay. I have a new wallpaper. I think I have to close. Sorry, chat. I have to close integrated throwing system for this. Say hello to my new wallpaper. This is my new background. For anyone who doesn't know how to get this, just have to click on the ending cinematic for Excision. If you go to Excision at the very back of the pale heart and you click final cutscene, just go there, get to this part of the cutscene. You can't skip anything, by the way. Wait for Bungie's little message on the left to disappear. Make sure you have subtitles turned off and just hit record. I opened up OBS and recorded like 3 minutes of this, and I have it looping on Wallpaper Engine. You can see my little guardian down here with the ghost. My little solstice gear with my little true north. This has been my ghost since I unlocked it in the dawning, because it's a really good ghost. Okay, that's it. I don't know why that override. Oh wait, because I minimized everything. Which integrated throwing system. I need to remember not to have the other one open, but okay. I need to make sure that I do have the thing open. Yeah, your fucking throwables are back, chat. I had a feeling that was coming. We go to levels, solo, jungle, structure. We have BSP 25. We need BSP 30. And then I think it is... Let me check. Switch zone set. BSP 30. There's a lot of BSPs in this thing. Okay, yeah, BSP 30 will have all that stuff. And what I want to do is let me show you Halo 3 Sapien. So you're probably thinking how I'm going to get away with making this more Halo, which I'm very glad you guys asked. What I'm thinking, so this entire section, this like foundation part of it, like not this little section, I don't think. Yeah, not this section. Just the main floor and wall. This is all geometry. This little part here, this is instance. This can be basically removed. I'm thinking of replacing the materials. Of course, making these edges sharper, like making these like cornered edges or something, and replacing them with Halo Reach's Forerunner material instead of using Halo 3's Forerunner material. Because like these pipes can be removed. These pipes up here can be removed. This floor cannot. So what I'm thinking of is removing these excess, adding Forerunner, putting a Forerunner texture over it, and adding the Forge World Forerunner blocks as like a replacement for more of the things to make it look like it's a Forerunner structure. Even with stuff like over here, I can put the Forerunner platform in the Forge that Forge mode has to replace this little platform here. I don't even think this is no, that's still physical. I can also set it to render only so that things like this, where it's already not, I don't think this is a solid surface. Oh, it is a solid surface. Ah, what do you know? Oh my god, all of this is solid. On the bright side too is I can set this to be a... Oh, right, you could just walk through this, couldn't you? Unless I pass the death barrier. I guess you could just walk through that. I guess you could always just walk through that. I didn't realize that. But I'm getting sidetracked. I can replace all of this with like Forerunner Forge blocks. Because I can port the Forge blocks into Blender. And then I can use those Blender ported Forge blocks and place them into the model so that they can not only be placed down into this world, but also be pathfinded onto. And I want to use Halo Reach's Forge blocks because I want to make this look like more like Reach, like it's coming from Halo Reach's game. Oh, this dead marine. But yeah, so we got to remove some of these little human structures and we got to replace it with Forerunner stuff. And this, we just straight up have to change the texture. It's going to look like it came from Forge World. But yeah, that's the plan. We do need this thing, though. Let's go to a Soyuz and export it, and we can get the .ars file. But for anyone asks, that's not a meme. Halo's... Halo Geometry uses a file called .ars. Oh, right, there's an extra section. Hang on. We also have BSP 30. Or 35, I mean. BSP 35 is this little section here. Yeah, we could continue the mission up until BSP, I think, BSP 40. We go to BSP 40. I don't want to make this like a tiny mission, but I also don't want to make it as just the entirety of Sierra 117. Yeah, and we can replace this bridge with a forge piece. Replace the bridge with a forge piece. God, the sun is bright. Yeah, we can have this little section here. Upturn to Pelican. That won't be there when I do the thing. So I don't know if that's like instance geometry or if that's just a thing. We can do that. What is the other BSP? 45. Is it the final location, which I can't modify at all? No, this is BSP. Okay, I will need this active just so that there's no way into the abyss from where you're playing, I can have this all cave here and I can just block it off right here. One of these is straight up the river. Because I do need the river piece. Because without the river piece, okay. This is the final location, which all of it is built on the human stuff. I could technically replace the textures, but no amount of texture work will stop people from knowing exactly what this location is. Everyone's going to know this is just the dam. There's no amount of editing I can do that will change that. I think I need BSP 60. Yes. So this is the river. Yeah, this is the river. You can see the Pelican. This is where the Pelican, the first dam, and the final location all intersect into one river. And it's also where the final cutscene takes place. It's right here, which, like, no wonder they were found. So if I go, so I need BSP 60, 45, 40, 35, 30. So I need to extract those tags and put them into Blender and hope that none of them cause a error. So 30, 35, 40, 45, 60. Open. Extract. And then we're going to put them into Blender. Now I'm going to save a quick edit. I'm going to save a new one. I'm going to save this as. Okay, and then we're going to go fallback. I'm going to call the file fallback. And we can open the current one we're working on. So 30, 35, 40, 45, 60. Drag and drop. Foundry importer, BSP. Probably should be showing you Blender. See, it says .ars. I'm not crazy. You can't call me crazy for just being a modder. I'm just a guy being a dude. Exactly next. Dead ass. Okay, it's just currently booting up the thing. Building material nodes. All right, that's done. You'll notice a bunch of these. The reason why you see them and why you don't see them when I do it is because I immediately hide everything that isn't base geometry. So we hide all these seams because they don't need to be touched, and I don't trust myself touching them. Now, what we're going to do first... Kept the thing... Never mind. What we're going to do first is I'm going to export everything. Okay, you said no geometry to export. That immediately instills me with fear. Select all BSPs and do it again. I'm going to pray like a cat prays. Yeah, this is all it really is. It's just fucking waiting. It's like when someone decides to 3D print something, half of the shit's just waiting. It's just me watching YouTube waiting for something to render or load or fix. It's also waiting for me and hoping to God that I don't boot it up and immediately see error open edge in big bold text. Because geometry does not match last import. Yeah, that's because that one did not exist. Okay, awesome. All right, we're done. Now we load in and hope to God we don't see an open edge error. I don't see any. Oh, and it loaded in all of them. Oh, perfect. Why do you not see what I see? Okay. So, now if I fly through here, we have this location. This location. This one finally continues on into this location. It looks like it kept some of the geo. This is going anyway, so it doesn't matter. It kept this location. You'll see a bunch of shit that isn't supposed to be here anymore. But you can see how much more open it is now that half the stuff is gone. This means I have to fix the shader. This means that it could not find the shader. What shader is that using? Is that just generic concrete? I might have to change some of the... I'm thinking in my mind that I should change some of these shaders to Halo Reach's ones, because Halo Reach's geometry shaders are just so much better than what Halo 3 has. Like, this concrete is like defined, and then we have this concrete, which is like mud. At least the waterfall works. Also, we should be able to see the rest of the mission. Yep. And then this should lead nowhere. Yep, because I didn't add anything here. I might change the geometry. I don't think Halo Reach has a jungle level, though. Hang on, I'm booting up Halo Reach. Does Halo Reach have a jungle map? Halo, the Master Chief Collection. And I'm going to switch to Halo View so you guys don't get fucking blinded by its majesty. I'm also going to need to ask for ideas. I need to turn off my Xbox. Too late. I can't see now. I'm sorry. I blinded you. So, Creative Forge. I do have a map in my brain that I'm thinking of, because it's a Halo map too. Like, it's a map that takes place on Halo. Battle Canyon's more of a desert. Ridgeline, this is the map I'm thinking of. Could I use the geometry from this map to maybe have an area that looks like a jungle? That's what I'm thinking, because Ridgeline is a very mossy location. However, it takes place in what looks to be like a taiga. It's like the ground doesn't really look like a jungle, but the walls I think look very jungle-ish. I've got the moss and everything, and it's high quality. The ground, maybe I could change up to be something else, but I do kind of like the look of the walls. Not this, like, white rock. I don't know why Halo Reach has so many locations with just bright white rocks. But I do think the rock wall along here looks really good. And something that I could put into Halo 3's map. I don't know about the ground. I'm thinking about the ground and what I want to do with that. Sunlight is also very... because I'm pretty sure this also... Yeah, this also takes place on a Halo ring. I just had to make sure. I think this could work. It could work. Do you want to try and get, like, this water? Like, why the fuck didn't I get this water? So, yeah, the wall of Ridgeline is something that I like the look of because of all the moss and shit. Might have to take a look into that. And I don't think there's any other Halo maps that take place. There is Forge World, obviously. What is Battle Canyon is on a desert, if I recall. I could use Installation 04. I have an idea. I'm going to go into Foundation and make a separate texture. Chat, are you guys okay with hearing a same droning sound over and over? M10 crash, folder, shaders. Open a new tab. I love how I can have tabs in Finder. I'm fine with it. Cool, because I'm not. DLC, Timberland, shaders. What does it use for the cliff? Cliff near... Is it cliff near blend? Okay, let's try cliff near. Shaders. Generic. Okay, we need generic, we need the generic. Here we go. Basement. Does this not have, oh my god, it doesn't. Okay, that makes things a lot easier to deal with. Let's see what it looks like in this area of the map. Terrain generic. Where is this? Edit. That's the outer area. Where's the inner area? Okay, that. Go. Lucky. Solo. Crash. Shaders. Select. Save for now. And export. What does this map look like? Yeah, it's more on a desert planet than... Or more on a desert part of the Halo ring than anything else. I do like this giant arch, though. That's cool. The ground is a bit dry. Again, I'm working with what I have in Halo Reach. I just think that Halo 3's textures maybe aren't higher quality enough to be in to work for a map. Halo Reach doesn't have a jungle though. Halo Reach takes place on the planet Reach for the most part. With some maps, what does Highlands look like? I know Highlands is taking place while the fucking place is being glassed. How's this going? It's going. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not jungle. I don't know why I am immediately going to change it despite the fact that I spent so much time getting the shaders to work when I'm just going to change it to what I want it to be. Oh, wait, I got it. How's Blender doing? Come on, hurry up. Yeah, ground textures looks a lot better in Reach. Textures in general just do. I don't mind a lot of this stuff. These cliffs look nice. I can see Sapien like flickering in my face. Wonder if I can check while... Okay, I can check while asleep. I mean, it's not the best, but it's higher quality. I might have to modify the textures a bit, like where it's located. It definitely looks a lot better than Halo 3's one does. Let me back out of reach. Is this done or is it still going? It's done. 2 minutes. So this is what the wall looks like now. You can definitely see a big difference in like quality. You've got mud and then you've got this. Yeah, this is what the... Oh, it goes all the way out. Wait, I thought they were 2 different textures though. Definitely see a difference. I don't know if the difference is just Reach having better textures or if it's Halo 3's setup. It could just be Halo 3's setup now that I think about it. Check all the way back here, actually. Oh no, it changed all the maps, did it? I think it did change all the maps. Yeah, it did. So we might need to change it for a few of these, but it doesn't look bad. It's just not set up correctly. Yeah, like this grass is like a weird texture. I'll go back to the regular generic rock and I will change it up when I finish the mission, when I finish the base mission. Because I might ask for some help setting up textures. Because the people in the modding server know way more about it than I do. Okay, that's gonna need to be re-exported. I do want to take tips on lighting though. Because like these maps look so much better than anything I was able to light. Because like the lighting here is so much better. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, some of the maps have like the thing, what's it called? Yeah, I'll grab a plasma rifle to show you. When I hold a plasma rifle in my maps, the little shine that shows the hexagons doesn't really show up properly. I forgot that that's what the Halo Reach plasma rifle sounded like for a second. Yeah, so if I went on my control, I can actually just go on the control room. If I go to my control room map, it's like the shine doesn't exist, and I think that might be a cube map thing. Maybe cube maps just aren't set up. In Firefight. Custom modded control room. Firefight Fiesta. Oh, it's still going. Yeah, Blender's still going. For those who don't know, yeah, this is the map I ported over into
Firefight.
Reach.
Covenant forces inbound. Defend this zone.
Oh, I actually spawned with the brute shot.
Set.
I still
start.
haven't set up the thingamablobbers. also need to set up jetpack animations. Because if you use a jetpack with this, you just like fly. Not fly, what's it called? Give me your plasma pistol. Yeah, you'll notice that you can't really see the hexagons on the plasma pistol. It's a problem. Yeah, it's really noticeable on the Needler. The Needler is supposed to have a purple sheen on it, but it doesn't really have it for some reason. I need to ask what's up about that. If that's like what happens when you implement your own lighting, or if I'm just missing cube maps. You can kind of see it all the way down here. I don't know why it doesn't really pop up when you're higher up. I also did set up death barriers. You can see myself falling in the background. Yeah, I think it's done. Blender should be done by now. Yeah, it's done. Okay, we got the walls back. Still need to fix some textures. Back to Blender. Might do the final location first. Although some of the trees are already set up. That's weird. I might need to work on the skybox. Yeah, let me do the skybox real quick, actually. So the way I do the skybox is I like export the Halo 3 skybox, and then I put some of the geometry that's needed into the Reach skybox. Let me switch to the skybox one. Blender am I working on? Hang on, I fucked up the wrong thing. Nope. Nope. Did I accidentally? No, I didn't close it. Where the fuck is the sky? There. This is the skybox currently. Let me turn off textures. This is the skybox. I'm going to add the Halo 3 stuff. Let me hide. Yeah. You can see the planet and the sun, or the sun and the moon. We want to export the skybox from the map, from the campaign mission. Is it just one sky? I thought it was multiple. Oh, well, that makes everything so much easier. That actually makes things so much more simple for me. I don't have to fucking go around and change everything. Normally, some Halo maps have multiple skies for multiple sections of a mission. I guess this one is so close together and basically facing nearly the same direction that they could use one big sky without having to fuck with anything else. Foundry importer model. Now, this might take a while because it has skylights it has to do, and that takes a while. Never mind, that wasn't too long at all. You just ignore the light? No, you didn't ignore the lights too. That's actually fucking pog. Can't believe you just did that so quickly. Now, we do have Mount Kilimanjaro that we have to deal with. Ah, there's so much of this. Delete that. Awesome. So we can either keep the mountain or we can remove the mountain. All we need is the mountain in this case. Let's see how much that's going to take up. Okay, not as much as I actually thought it would be. Now let me check the weight painting. What I need to do is I need to grab these, go weight paint. Back with some coffee and cookies. Hand over the cookies. Blender, how to bake lighting So I go weight paint. Is it this one? No, it's here. No, I gotta go into cycles. Only cycles can bake. Bake. How did I do it on the last one? Lighting, direct. Bake type, diffuse. Uncheck color and check direct lighting and indirect. Check direct and indirect. Output target. Change to active color attribute. Press bake. I have a feeling that didn't work. No, that did not work at all. Okay, hang on. I'm just going to export this as is and we'll see what happens. Man, I like cookies. What can I say? Okay. It's going to take its time, but we should be able to see the results pretty much instantly. I might also need a few more things from the other sky, but that's not the point right now. I still cannot remember how to weight paint skyboxes. Sky lighting. Skybox light. Well, that completed. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Ooh. You're gonna need to go. I might need to get rid of these little smoke trails. Wait, this is Halo 3. I'm looking at Halo 3 right now. Hang on. Okay, yeah, this is what I was more or less expecting. Okay, so Mount Kilimanjaro is fucking massive. Hang on. Okay, we need to fix the fact that's not lit up. Is it weight paint or is it something else? Ah, I see the issue. I... Come on. Come on. Can't. Get, fuck. Ah. Alright, let's see. Will that fix it or is it just going to become worse? Okay. It looks lit up now. It looks like it worked. I might be able to remove like Mount Kilimanjaro altogether and just leave the little other part. Because like, you know, Mount Kilimanjaro is a fucking landmark. Okay, that didn't change anything. I see. So you're fucking lying to me. That's what you're doing. I'm not changing enough. Let's just delete this and see what happens. That way it has to actually change more than just weight paint. Okay. Okay, so I just changed it to make it so only the thing is here. It's vertex painting that I need to do, not weight painting. Blender. Lighting into bank lighting into vertex paint. What? Hey, select it. You little shit. There we go. Vertex paint. Yeah, vertex paint is completely empty. What I need to do is to diffuse color attribute bake. It should use. I mean, that looks weird, but we can see how that looks. Export. This is just until I can figure out how to get the other thing working. Okay, yeah, it's lit. I mean, the geometry looks like shit, but it's lit. God, is it that bad in Halo 3? Oh, it is that bad in Halo 3. Huh, okay. Oh. Wasn't aware that it actually looked that bad in Halo 3. God, it looks horrible. Alright, I might grab a Halo Reach thing to replace this, because this just looks not great. Oh. I mean, I could do what the other map did and make a render geo for it. Can I... What texture can I change it to? It's just a big texture. On the bright side, I think I got the lighting to work on it, though. Unless it didn't, and this is just ass. Can't tell if I actually did get the lighting to work. Let me show you guys. That's what the exterior looks like. Why does it work in that guy's image? Let me see if I can find a plugin. This guy mentions a plugin. Fake lighting. Next. Why does it look like it's not doing it? Hang on, let me check the vertex paint. No, it kind of just looks like it did the entire thing. Let me try it with just direct lights. If I do it with nothing, what happens? Okay. Did you just fail on me? Okay. Doesn't really look like it worked. It could just be it's in a position where it doesn't look like it works. Hang on, what happens if I do this? What if I do that and then try again? I will also have to very quickly redo. Okay, yeah, no, mine is not working. My strategy is not working. It's just coloring it. Hmm. What is this add-on he's talking about? That's the thing.
This add-on is used to bake shading to vertex colors and is mainly geared towards game development. Find it here. So you can use the projects of the load given. I can now basically switch to flat shading mode, and here we can see
By the way, I found it. In case you're wondering why I'm silent, I found it. It's called Bake to Vertex Color. Way. Why can I not select the one thing that I would like to move? The one thing I want selected, okay. Bake type. So diffuse. Light. Okay, and it failed. Probably because I have to restart Blender. Setting up lighting. Setting up skies is a pain because they stopped doing what Halo 3 did. I have to search for it. Oh my god, I have to search for it. Moon cycles. Excuse me? Why have you not worked? Why aren't you working? Why can't I bake it? Why are you grayed out? Uninstall. And then we reinstall. Okay, it just straight up. Oh, because it wasn't letting me select the damn thing. That's why it wasn't working, because I was trying to select it, but it wouldn't let me. Okay, how did this guy do this?
The baked ambient occlusion. And if we also bake and call that E, and you can use color per entity tab that I name can render to bit vertex colors. And you wait for map pack or smart UV project at the moment of baking, and that UV is the sample vertex colors and the thing that we that shading mode. And here we can go in, let's see, let's do UV, let's do the that we have we're gonna have a which can so you can have mults which can one way up get them. I just want to create a slope mask. Have a look at okay, we don't want to use ambient and transfer the overlapping UVs. We don't want to use ambient occlusion and bake. So now it's going to do a unique bake pair.
So, ambient occlusion light map pack. I had headphones on in the garage and then I hear his voice. Yeah, sorry. It doesn't look like it's gonna. So the light map pack thing is the thing that's not working. Yeah. Light map pack is the thing that's just not working. Gotcha. Okay. URL not found. I love it when the URL isn't found. When the URL isn't found, I'm happy because it means I can't fucking yeah, the issue is it just the skybox looks like a boiled ass. I probably just need to take something from Halo Reach's one and just try that instead. Problem is, I don't know how to set up the other things. I don't know how to set up the shared skybox, and that sounds like a huge pain in the ass to set up. I could set up the texture to be something higher quality. Let me change the texture real quick. Although, I could make the skybox a 4 on a wall. Use a render-only model and just make it the skybox here a 4 on a wall. Actually, no, that would take away from it, wouldn't it? Okay, let's change the texture. What texture does it currently use? Terrain Africa. Gotcha. Levels. Solo, jungle. I think I'll just use the regular terrain. What if I do that? Shaders. Okay, it's a regular shader. I need to remember that. Terrain 0, 0. There. I need to get ready to start exporting foreigner geometry. What's good about having foreigner geometry in Engine 2 is that I can test it here. God, that goes far out. I can test it here to see how I like the look of things, and then I can rebuild it in Blender. Like, we can have this be all water. And as you get closer to the area... far out. I'm gonna have to fix that too, because that's not good. And as you get closer to the area, we can have more Forerunner stuff sticking out of the walls. Till we get there. Until we get here, which this will all be replaced with more Forerunner geometry. Instead of human geometry. Even this, I'll have to change this too. I like how they have this little water effect on the bottom. Okay, that's done apparently, which means I have to reload. You didn't change the texture, you bitch! You lying dick! Oh my god, did it not save? Levels, solo, jungle, shaders, terrain. Yes. I'm gonna do this again, it's not gonna save again. I'm trying to think of what I want to do here, because this needs to go. I might go to this area first, hide all of the foliage and see what I can do with this area. I might try to overlap it with Forerunner structures, but you know what I mean. I also have to fix these walls. Get a Forerunner bridge going here. I don't want it to be purely natural. I need some Forerunner structures on my Forerunner world. Okay. You were fine for a split second, then you decided to stop working. What's the issue? Oh, right. It doesn't take normal maps, which is why it looks so flat. Right. I forgot they don't accept normals. Sky render model. Export mode. I just gotta make a fresh one. Just want to see what this looks like. Oh, no, it just has nothing on it. It's really just an empty shader. I actually thought there was something on it. Never mind. I didn't even realize that there was nothing in the shader to begin with. Solo, jungle, shaders, terrain. Just go with this one, I guess. I'm going to check it before I do that. Just because I have a sneaking suspicion that there's nothing on this one either. There's nothing on this one either. Do they take terrain shaders? They do, but holy brightness. Holy brightness. Let's vertex paint this object back to normal. Let me vertex paint it back to black. See if that fixes the issue. Export. Holy. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. On the bright side, I now know it takes shader terrains. I do have to flip that over there so that we have that going both ways. This concrete just looks so much better than the concrete we had in Halo 3. stretch. Ah. God, all right, what do we got? Oh, right, I never changed the shader back. Why are you still pure bright? Wait, is it because I didn't restart? No, it's just, why is it like that? Why are you pure brightness? Okay, where's the sky shader? I'm just gonna replace it. I'm just gonna replace the bitmaps in it. Wait, it's actually pretty detailed. I see now. I see. I can make it more detailed with buttons. Let's try 500. Okay, that's way more detail than it needs. The issue isn't this, it's the dirt bump map. At least I think it's the dirt bump. Actually, what happens if I remove the bump map? No, what is this overlapping texture they're putting on it? Detail. Oh, it's the treetops detail. Hang on, this doesn't have a scale. Hang on. Scale X, scale Y, 100, 100. Oh my god! Okay, that, not what we wanted. It's really detailed, but due to how big the thing is, it just ruins it. Let's do this. Let's do 5. Let's see what 5 does. What does 10 do? Okay, that's better. Let's light the map and let's light this section specifically and see how it looks with the lighting on. Direct only, this BSP. That many threads, light. Because I just wanted to make this look a bit better quality so that it didn't look like it was completely out of place. And then we have to make sure the lighting matches, which we can fix with vertex painting. Because I don't know how to set up seams. I am deathly afraid of touching seams. I don't want to fuck something up. Oh wait, that's just one part of the lighting. still going. I need to set up the scenes. Anyone on support? Shared BSP. Huh. Foundry has an auto seam feature? What? I didn't realize Foundry had an auto seam feature. I'm mapping complete. Okay, to the area that was lit, it does look a bit off. What is auto seam? Now that I know we have an auto seam feature, I am going to figure out what that is. Hide. Oop. Hide all that. Hide you. Hide you. Back to Blender chat. We're going to figure out what the fuck auto seam is. Just like how Americans ask what the fuck a kilometer is. What the fuck is a kilometer? Okay, we can unhide the seams then. What is auto seam? That's an actual seam. So wait, this is an actual seam. I don't see anything that says auto seam. How do you use auto seam? What the fuck? People were talking about it. the fuck is auto seam? Where can I find it? Is this auto seam? Is it just, do they just mean this? What the fuck is auto seam? Maybe the other modding Discord shows you where to get auto seams. Nope. Fuck. Everyone's said something about auto seam, but no one knows how to auto seam. The fuck is the auto seam tool? I drink the liquid, I will drink the liquid. Mm. Fuck. My issue is it under another name? I doubt it. I doubt everyone would be saying auto seam if it was under a name that isn't auto seam. My problem is I don't know how to set up like this as a seam. I need to turn this into a seam. What happens if I do that? What happens if I go seam and I change this? Why did my PC start slowing down? What? Why is everything slow now? Seam. Why is everything lagging now? Okay, hang on. Save, because this is an easy fix. If it does break, it's an easy fix. All I have to do is change a little thing. Okay. And then what? I would need a second seam. I need to make another collection. New collection. Shed. BSP. Shed. BSP. Seam. 10. I need to make another. I think I'm doing this right at least. Shed BSP. Okay. Now I guess make a sky cube. Make it fucking massive. I was expecting a bit bigger. There we go. Make a giant cube. Structure. Shed BSP. Did not want to make any material. Sky. Do these need to be reversed or? I think it's fine. Alright, let's see what happens if I do this. Has bad back-facing BSP reference. What's this button? Didn't get a bad back-facing BSP reference as a problem. So we could be good. Here we go. Oh no. Errors? There's a few errors. I don't know if the seam had anything to do with it. Bad connection. Leaky? That's the first area. That's just the tree. Removes all sound from the game except ambience. Some of these fucking mods are so funny and cool. Okay. Okay. Wait, this is getting somewhere. Unless I set it up the wrong way round. Okay, hang on. I gotta set this up as a shared BSP, I think. Shared BSP. Shared BSP. So is it reversed? Have I set it up the wrong way? Okay. So bright side, we can still see the sky. Can we look through to next level? Yes? Question mark? Okay. So there's no problem with that. Wait, you guys can't see. No problem with that. And we gotta go back. Yes, we can see between levels. It's just when we're in this area and we look over here, we go too far forward, everything vanishes. So I think that's a portaling issue. I think I forgot to reverse. I think I forgot to reverse this. Edit mode. Mesh. Normals. Flip. Is that how it works? Let me check. Okay, so I think I just had the seams the wrong way. I had the box the wrong way. Let's turn off face orientation. And we're going to only export. Actually, we got to export them all together, don't we? We'll figure it out. Oh, wait, no, it's going to... No. It should be fine. We'll find out in a second if it's all good. Because this would mean... This would be my first time getting a shared BSP to work. I say no. Fuck! Okay, portaling is still an issue. How you doing, Zadam? Jetpack. Set myself invincible so I don't die. Okay, so that's still an issue. That's fine. We can fix that later. No, I think I hit the wall. Going into pitch black makes it so fucking hard to see. Okay, here's the map. Did I fuck up portaling in all the maps? It doesn't look like that fucked up portaling on the other maps. That's just on that one. Unless I fly up and I... No, it's just when I'm flying around in the mode. What even? It's Sierra 117, but I'm going to remove all the human structures and replace them with Forerunner structures. I'm basically making this a Halo mission. All the trees are missing though. I cut them down. I thought oxygen was overrated. Carbon dioxide is the way. You can see the halo ring. It's just when I can just turn out the lights. I'm not sure what's going on with this. So I'm guessing it's just not setting up the scene. Check with Foundry. Let me set up one. Let me set up a structure set. Let me set up a zone set with only the shared BSP and this one. Zone set, duplicate, shared, debug. Switch zone set, shared debug. Okay, so this seems... What the fuck? Okay. So it looks like it's not working. Oh, did I? I think I gotta flip the normals. I think I just forgot to flip the normals. I think I just didn't flip the normals of the shared seam, so it was still acting. It still had the same thing as the old one. Here we go. A lot of duplicate triangles. On the bright side, the player no longer instantly perishes when they're out of the bounds of this. But can I walk through this? No. The duplicate triangles forbid me from leaving. Let's say this area still exists. Start a play simulation here. Yeah, okay, it's still a wall. On the other side of that wall is the rest of the thing. So we need to fix this duplicate triangle situation. I don't know what's causing that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Let me set up another instance of Blender so I can check out the other ones. Right back. realized the problem. I think I now understand the problem is that I don't have it connected to anything. So what I need to do, hide this. Basically, I need all of this to connect with the big box. I don't know how to do that though. But I can certainly try. At least I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Even then, I don't know if I can because half of the stuff goes inwards. I guess I could... Okay, hang on. Let me move this box upwards and make it smaller. And move it back downwards. Ooh, that's way too small. Now what I can do is I can subdivide it. Subdivide. 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 I did not need to do it that many times. Let's go back. Let's subdivide it once. And now only subdivide the bottom. Now, we go edit mode this. Click this part. Does anyone know what the... I'm trying to remember. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Alternatively, I do the dumb way. The problem, it says that there's duplicate Now that I think about it, how is there duplicate triangles? Let me try something real quick. I really wish this would stop doing that. Hang on. This is probably not how I'm supposed to do it, and I've probably done it horrendously wrong. Because it's not... The seams aren't sealed. Oh shit, I accidentally exported. Let's export all BSPs. I do think though the seam isn't exporting correctly because it's not sealed. I do actually have an idea though. Ooh, wait, that's a good idea. My idea is to just not try to make the entire thing a seam, but only make one section a seam and then have it push out. Okay. So let's try that actually. So let's just delete shared BSP. I'm going to set this back to Skybox. Yep, that's how it should look. And let's export just this one, just to be safe. Okay. The shared BSP there is still breaking it, isn't it? Let's remove the shared BSP completely. Delete. Oh, what? We still have that issue? What's causing that now? You know what? I probably have to re-import everything. Let's export everything all over again. It could just be a portaling issue. Something completely different. I might just have to redo everything. Oh shit, wait, hang on. Is it gonna pretend like... No, that's fine. The old one. Okay, no, it's not bringing in a random shared geometry thing that it made up. Fucking hell. Okay, please don't break. Fuck yes, it was just an issue with the thing. Cough it out. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we grab just to test it out. So first, actually, where's the other seam? That's the seam. Which way is this facing? Okay. So normal faces outwards. The red faces outwards. So we're going to do... Select this. That. Shift D. Separate. Selection. Make a shared BSP collection. Shared BSP. New. Put that there. We're going to replace this with seam. Yep. And we'll do the same with it in here. Also, this should be flipped. I forgot. Edit mode, a normals, flip. Right, that's flipped the right way now. We go here, edit mode. We grab these as well. we separate by selection and we turn that into a seam too. Whoa, not the entire thing. That's a seam. It's facing the right way. That's still a sky. Okay. And then I build off of this. How do I build off of things? I don't actually know how to build models in Blender. So I go here, click here, yep. And then say we extrude this way. Wait, that's the wrong one. I'm modifying the wrong one. Don't touch that one. Touch this one. Edit mode. Click on that. E to extrude. Fix that up there. Click on this. Subdivide. No, not subdivide. I need that to be a triangle, but okay. Click on that. Extrude. Oh my god, I could have just held that. Okay, do that. Now how do I bridge? Bridge edge loops. Okay. Okay. Now we go into faces. Grab those. Nope. Do not move. Grab that. And we turn this into sky. Structure. Thank you. And we also separate selection. Okay. Sign. Sign. There we are. All right, let's see how this looks. Can I get some fingers crossed in chat? Next, do you have a fingers crossed emote? Okay, shared BSP is loading. So really cool. Someone's making a moving map in Halo Infinite using scripting. That's so fucking cool. No, but I got Prey. That's fair enough. Shemaya Prey, Amalia Prey, Imika, I think Prey, and Shadow Prey. Oh, that's Shadow Innocent. You lied, Nex. That's Innocent. Okay. Wait, did that actually work? Hang on, did that actually work? We have to test. Player simulation. Fly, Spartan. Fly, you fool. Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. If we can walk past this point, it works. No. No. Wait, why is it under? Oh, I'm not moving. Fuck you. Well, that's not fair. It does become invisible. Yeah. Why am I dying? Okay, because it was out of bounds. Shit, why is that happening? I did flip the normals, correct? Did you automatically set yourself as a sky too? Oh my god, it set itself as a sky. That's why. Seems shared. It broke because it didn't think it had a seam. At least I'm hoping that's the reason. Because if this works, that means I've set up my very first seam without breaking something. And I've never actually set up custom geometry before. I've only ever just used what Halo had. So if I've done this, I can set up I can like make a mission lead to a completely separate environment. And I've never done my own geometry before. Well, I've done a box, obviously. Everyone practices on a box to begin with. Export complete. Oop. There's a giant duplicate triangle. You can see through it, but can you walk through it? Okay, maybe you can't fully see through it. There's a degree. Structure unmatched. What is structure? Structure 1 unmatched cluster on seam 3. What does that mean? I'm glad. Look, I'm willing to end my stream on this note. Unmatched cluster 1. No one seems to be talking about what it means. Okay. Does that mean I can... This is something I've got to test first, actually. Walk out here. Okay. So issue, we have no portals. You can't see through these. I have an idea. I'm going to steal portals from another section and use those. Give me your portals, Master Jedi. Okay. Copy. Hide. Paste. I wonder if that'll actually do anything. BSP, shared BSP. Yep. And we're only going to export the shared BSP. No geometry to export. Does that make sense? I mean, I guess it makes sense. There's nothing in it except for the walls and stuff. Are you just exporting everything again? Yeah, no, that didn't work. Well, we got a seam working. I just don't know how to see through it. Let's do it by all again and see if that does something. Portal leakage. Well, you can somewhat see through these now from like above. How does this work? So if we're above this. Oh, what if I just did this? If I deleted that, went into edit mode, got this. Wait. Got this. Duplicated it. Z underscore portals. And just changed it into a portal. Yep. Save and export again. Go to bed. Doctor appointment in 7 hours. Night night. Good night, Nex. Have a good sleep. Probably ending stream soon, but I hope you have a good one. Okay. That didn't fix it. What kind of did? I just need to figure out this portaling thing. I'll figure out the portaling thing off stream. So we're going to end stream here. Portaling, I'm going to figure out by myself. Because I don't know how portals work. But I hope everyone had a good time. What do we got here? Who is live to raid? Fasani is not streaming today. I'm gonna go raid Arika. Here's your raid message. Error 44 raid message not found. Here's raid. T. I think I spelled that right. Yes, I did. I hope everyone has a good day, night, whatever time it is. I will see everyone tomorrow. We're either going to be doing more modding or we're going to do something else. Have a good one, everyone.